Hello everyone, I'm the Mole Man and welcome back to Train Sim World 2. We are at Faversham, just going up to the platform here, and as you can see, it's snowing and it's a bit windy. We are taking the 11 o'clock train to St Pancras, and here it is, pulling in now. 395 loveliness. So yeah, snow has arrived in the southeast of England, and I figured let's do a run in the snow just to go along with it, go along with the theme. So that's stopped. 395014, we've still not found the trainbow yet. People thought it was in the last video. If you go frame by frame, it actually wasn't. Still have yet to see the trainbow. But this is going to be our train. It leaves in a few minutes. We shall look at it. You can see it's just, the snow is just sort of coming in, ruining the bitrate. But by the time we get to St Pancras, it should be a winter wonderland. That it should. Yes, this is Faversham. Didn't get much chance to have a look around here when we arrived at the last video, because, well, the video ended. But we can have a look around now. What are the collectibles? Under Faversham, Highspeed. Another train. Lovely. Still no trainbow. Look at it. It's awesome. Right. Well, it's all fine and well staring at the trains all day, but we should probably get on board. And welcome once again to the cab of the 395, which we've now got to get set up and get the doors open, and then we can be on our way. That we can. So, let's put the key in. Actually, let's take the key out. Let's put these things on. That's it. Key in. Train can make all its noises. Headlights on. Open the doors. Excellent. Well, that was fairly easy. Gonna put the windscreen wipers on because the weather is frightful. It's not, it's lovely. And we're gonna put the heater on because it's cold. And I'm sure people will appreciate a bit of underfloor heating. Excellent. Right, how are we doing? Everyone's boarding or getting off, because this train's probably coming from the Kent coast. You wouldn't want to go to the coast in this sort of weather, would you? Oh no, it'd be freezing. I've got a 375 there. Look at it. Thing of beauty. So yeah, on this journey, it should get quite lovely, and I love as well. You can see that. I just missed it. One of the flakes of snow, it's sort of refracting the light from the signal up ahead. That's cool. Anyway, we're waiting for 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, we can depart. That we can. That we can. Really windy. Really windy. Snow coming down like mad. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long to start laying. It's not in the real world because it rained first, so it's not laying everywhere. But oh well. Right, we can close the doors, so we can leave at 11 with the chime of the church bells. Let us depart. We're on the move. We are on the move. That we are, and you will notice there is no HUD. We're going for a HUDless run. Oh, we're going for a HUDless run. It's going to be interesting. I think I can do it. HS1's rather easy, but driving from Faversham to St Pancras in worsening weather without the HUD. So this is going to be interesting, and it's going to mean less external views in this one. I'm going to have to focus. I'll get back to normal HUD-related activities in the future, but for now, this is going to be a run where I've got to try and focus and just see how things go in terms of driving a train unaided. I've done it in TS1 before, but TSW, in bad weather, we shall see how things go. That we shall. That we shall. So, yeah, stopping at all the stations, not knowing where they are, even though I do know where they are, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. This should be a rather interesting test of my route knowledge. Or a complete and utter disaster. Either one. And, yeah, it's because someone's got to run the trains in this weather. I mean, Southeastern are literally barely running any trains in this weather. So that's fun. And on top of that, part of this line has been closed anyway for a good couple of weeks because of a landslip. So there is officially more trains running in TSW along this line than there are in reality. Which is just amazing. So I believe our speed limit is 75 at the moment. The only time I'm going to bring the HUD up... just hit the mic. The only time I'm going to bring the HUD up is station stops. So I can see when we're allowed to close the doors. It's the only time the HUD's going to come up. Because I'm not a wizard. I can't figure that stuff out. You know, when the departure times are and such. So that information is only on the HUD. So I will be bringing it up to read that, but then turn it off again before we depart. Which is really interesting. It should be quite a nice run, this. You see how the ground is starting to go a bit greyer, almost a bit whiter. I keep hitting the microphone today. That's not good. I'm just moving my hand around. Alright, come off the power a bit, because we're in a 75 limit at the moment, but we're going into an 85, so 76 is fine. Parcel crossing. Up to 85. Yeah, I'm intrigued if I can do this. I should be able to. I've just got to try and focus on it. I'm probably more going to be saying what I'm doing rather than saying random stuff. We did that last time. Our speed limit is 85. The 90 limit is just before Tenham. Then there's an 85 limit a little while after that. But up here, just beyond this signal, should be a 90 limit. In theory. Power off. There's the 90 board. Which was always backwards in TS1. That's one of the reasons why I remember where it is. Because it's the wrong way round. You can't see it. But in this you can. So this is Tenham, where we're not stopping. Blow the whistle. Well, the horn. This is the whistle board, at least. This is what I do if I want to blow the whistle. Excellent. Alright. Approaching 90. Power off a little bit. That's it. Off the power. Probably going downhill a little bit. I'm not too fussed about tiny little bits of speeding. It's more knowing where the speed limits are is the bigger one. Like, that's the important thing to not miss. So we don't go sailing through a lower speed limit at high speed sort of thing. Because that would be a little bit embarrassing. But I'm not gonna accelerate at the moment because I believe there's an 85 just there in the distance. It's just coming up now. So probably best to stick at 84, 85. Yeah, there's the 85 board. Excellent. Foliage is becoming greyer as snow lands upon it. Go back up to a 90 board here. However, I don't think we're going to get a chance to go up to 90 because we're almost at Sittingbourne. That we are. And yes, I'm going to try and stop in the right places as well. This could go horribly wrong, but who knows? Who knows? Currently doing 83 miles an hour, going past 375. Lovely stuff. Off the power. And I'm going to start braking for Sittingbourne. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. I want to try and not come in like crawling in either. But also don't want to come in, you know, brakes screeching as I try and frantically make the platform. But it's quite different. As I said, I've managed to do this in TS1, but the physics are different in this, so who knows how it will go. But there is Sittingbourne, doing 50 miles an hour. Speed's coming down. There's a 35, 34, 33, 30. I think our stopping point is just under the second footbridge, the one that's now been demolished. So I'm probably crawling in a little bit. But it's okay. It's okay. Definitely crawling in now, but I managed to. I knew where to stop. Start braking, so we wouldn't sail through the station. That's something. That's something. There's our 4-8 car marker. And stop. Welcome to Sittingbourne. Right, HUD up so I can see the time instructions. There's all the things I've done listed on the right there. Right, let's have a look. So we've got 11:08 is when we can close the doors, or at least when the loading instructions finished. Whichever comes last. And that's why I got to keep an eye on things. But at least if that's how it is, it means we're on time. So that's good. That's good. I'm just nervous about at what point my knowledge is going to fail me and we're going to have everything go horribly wrong. Because it is likely. It is likely. Yeah, I can't close the doors until that's finished. Or I can get close. Shut the doors. No, I wasn't in time. I did it too soon. Come on. And lock them again. Just causing an orchestra of noise as I try and beat the times. Oh well. Let's go. These things don't really slip all that much. It's just whether they slide or not, I don't know. I'd rather not try and find out. You see some of the ballast is starting to get snow on it now. So that's all good fun. That feels like we're slipping. Just a little bit. Probably got a sander. Yeah, we've got a sander. So that's good. Should we need it? Because I imagine the conditions will get worse as we go on. Let's have a look at. Let's have a brief look outside. That's it. All starting to get snow on the front of the train. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. Speed is building. There goes the Sheerness branch. Next limit is a 70 limit in a distance I can't quite remember, but we're accelerating so badly at the moment. I don't even think we'll reach 70 before we get to it, so it's fine. At the moment it's 90. But we're going to be so little above 70, I reckon we'll be able to brake for it just in time. Yeah, this is feels so unguided, unaided, but I can do it. I can do it. I believe in me. Ish. Just looking out for that 70 board as we near a 70. Because this is there's no 70 board in sight just yet. And that's one of the interesting things about learning this route, is each track on each direction is different. If we were going in the other direction right now, we'd be doing 80. I know that much. There's the 70 board. So I know I can't go much faster right now. It's getting snowier as we go along. It's good fun. That 40 warning off is to go to Newington platform, which we're not doing. We're going straight through. This goes into a 4-track section. Next up for us is Raynham. When I eventually drive the 375, I'll try and get one that stops at Tenham and Newington, so we actually do all the stations along the route. Power down. Speed limit is still 70. I think we're going downhill now. Yep. That's it. Yeah, we're definitely going downhill. We're gaining speed even though I'm coasting. So let's just be careful of that then. This is Newington. There's one of the stopping services, which is cool. Speed should go back up soon. I should be aboard right here. Let's just go 75. Not a massive increase, but an increase all the same. So let's go. Gradually pick our speed back up. There's the dual third rail again on the other line, which is, this is the sort of weather it was designed to help with, but it didn't really do anything. It didn't do anything at all. There's our 75. Notron seems to be doing the trick right now, so that's good. The next trick is going to be knowing where to brake for Raynham. I've got a rough idea of where to brake for Raynham. And then Medway is kind of easy, because it's such low speed anyway. Alright, power off. Can't be too far away from where we need to start slowing down. One good judge of it is the signals on the left for the other track. It's red because nothing can pass because it's about to go back into less tracks. So I'm going to start braking. Which I think is probably about right. 3 tracks. $50 miles an hour, that's all good. Raynham should be round the corner any second now. Always forget how long this bit is between where they go in and... There's Raynham. See, what I'm learning now is I'm learning where I can brake later, which is good. Which is good. Because I want to get to the point where I can just drive this hudless all the time. But I figured I'd just do it. It's a little bit of a challenge, considering I'm local and I can do it in TS1. There's another 395. Which has got snow building up on it as well. Alright, where's our 6 marker? There it is. Probably going to blow through that a little bit. Oh well. That's good enough. That's good enough for me. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly out there, isn't it? Right, doors. That camera went way further than I thought it would. Ease off. Time, not too bad. Not too bad on time. 375. Off you go. Still no train bow. I will hunt it down. I will hunt it down. There it goes. Running a smidge late. We're supposed to leave now, but the passenger loading hasn't finished. See, the snow's really building up now, which is cool. It's building up on the 375 as well. Yeah, it is. God, look at that. Actually builds up like that, which is cool. Alright, it's in. Doors. No HUD. And let's go. And we're off. Next stop is Gillingham, which is fairly easy to stop at. There is a 60 limit just before the depot, which brings us down to a nice speed to be able to stop. So as far as route learning goes, it's not too difficult. As I said, Medway kind of explains itself. But it can still have its challenges. So we've got a 90 limit at the moment, but we won't get anywhere near that. Snow is continuing to fall. You might even be able to see it with the bitrate that YouTube compresses at. Be like, the ground's just getting a different colour and we don't know how. For which I can only apologise. I could turn up the rate of which snow falls and have it fall quicker and be more of it and the ground changes, but I wanted to make it a nice gradual change as we went through the journey. So hopefully it will start appearing on the track at some point. And that's one of the interesting things with snow. It will sort of settle and lay and start to build up on different surfaces. It can look a little bit odd in games sometimes, but it's fairly realistic. Could look out in my garden and see there's some bits with snow on, some bits without, because some bits hold more heat and it melts, and some bits are wet because it's been rained on, other bits have already dried. I find it very interesting. There's the warning for the 60. So I'm hoping at some point we'll start getting build up on the actual track itself, because I've noticed the mud either side and the grass has got snow on it, but we've yet to see any get on the track. Alright, let's power down. 60 isn't too far away. We're doing 71 at the moment. Double yellow. Wonder what that's for. Braking. There's the 60. 65, close enough. Yeah, close enough. It's never going to be perfect at this. Single yellow. Looks like it. Which means the red's probably at the end of the platform, so not too much to worry about. Because we're going to be stopping anyway. Gillingham Depot. Level crossing. And then the station. There's the crossing. Gradually keep the speed coming down. I wonder if a service is about to leave platform 1. Or it has just left platform 1, and that's why we've got the the red coming up. Oh, but hello! Even in winter, running rail tours, are we? Very nice. That must be the Medway Explorer with a 45. That's what I'm talking about. We'll get a proper look at that whilst we've stopped here. Yeah, we've got a train in front of us. Probably just left platform 1. Alright. Stop. Open the doors. Let people do their thing for a minute. Let's have a look at the Medway. I assume it's the Explorer. Look at that. Lovely 45. Got its own fair share of snow building up on it. As you'd expect. See some of the track is starting to go now. So that's lovely. Getting a proper build up on our train as well. What time are we supposed to leave here? 11:20. Nice. More or less on time then. And follows the timetable pretty much exactly. I'm going to get this on because we're about to go into our first tunnel. I want to be able to see what I'm doing. We can close the doors in a short while. Got a green signal again now, so that's all good. Shut the doors. And let's go. Next stop, Chatham. There's going to be some train spotters around. There's a rail tour. So I thought I'd give him a little toot. I like how it doesn't snow under there, but you've still got sort of the blustery fine stuff being blown underneath there. That's cool. So the next speed limit is a wonderful 50 miles an hour, which is just the other side of this tunnel. So that's fun. It's warning us of a 30 as well, but the 30 isn't for a little while longer. Gonna keep the speed off because of the double yellow there. Let's try and turn the wipers off for a second. Because we're in a tunnel, don't really need them. Yeah. Single yellow, currently not cleared into Chatham. So I'm going to keep the speed on the down low. But hopefully after Rochester it'll get out of our way. Because I assume that's what's in front of us, is a Gillingham to Victoria service. Wipers back on. Keep the speed nice and low. Because we're going downhill towards a red signal at the moment. And we need to be able to stop in front of it. Should it not change? That's it. Where is it? Where's the signal? In 20 miles an hour, it's gone to a single yellow. That's all good. Clear that. Got to 30 miles an hour because the board for the 30 is on that signal. Everything's really starting to change now. Just waiting for the ballast to start changing. One of the last things that snow seems to have an effect on. Turn those wipers off for a second. Push the button the wrong way, that's okay. And welcome to snowy Chatham. Snowy, snowy Chatham. Here it is. Looking snowy. Building up on the station roof there, it's very nice. Single yellow out of the stations, that's all good. There's our marker. And stop. Open the doors. Probably running late now because that other train. Got the old grip bin. Staff have already been out and sorted all the platforms to make sure it doesn't freeze over. So that's all good. That's all good. Nice shot there. Chatham Station in the background. Very nice. Can barely see the train because there's a lot of blustery snow. Look at the front of the train now, though. That's cool. Can't even see the tunnel in front of us. Actually doing alright time-wise. We're on time. The trains at Chatham do get here at 11:25. Or 25 and past the hour. In general. If they're on time, at least. Which they're not always on time. One thing that is annoying is when a train is slightly delayed, but they decide to just, oh, let's not stop here. Let's just blow straight through the station. That's happened before. That's happened before. Right, head off. Although this bit's as easy as it could ever be. 30 miles an hour throughout. I'll put the wipers back on once we're back out of the tunnel. I can still see at the moment. But yeah, 30 miles an hour through to Rochester. Doesn't get much easier than that. There's 30. We have got a slight downhill, so I will have to combat that every now and then. What's fun is every now and then you do get trains that go through here a lot quicker than they should do. And you can tell with the Class 700s because their motor pitch changes at 30 miles an hour. So if you hear the pitch change, you know they're going too fast. Built up on the 375 there. Bring that back in. Getting a bit snowier now. Old Rochester platform. It's as snowy as it could be. No one around to clear it off. The signal keeps clearing, which is good. At least we're not crawling signal by signal into Rochester. That would be painful. That would be painful. And here is Rochester. Excellent. The power coming down. Still on time. And we got the green. Just got it. So we are cleared straight through into Strood after this. Stop! That's good. That's good. Alright. Pretty much nailed that stop. I think trains even stop a little bit closer to the platform edge here. So that's not bad at all. Announcements!
Video monitoring is in use at this station for your personal safety and security.
Nice. Love a bit of announcement action. Southeasternrailway.co.uk. It does look pretty good. Still on time. Actually, yeah, 11:29 is when we can leave here. Got a whole minute to go yet. On the train. God, you're getting snowy. Because all the trains in TSW get snow on them. They just do. I think the 375 is probably the most realistic looking snow on the front of a train we've had so far. UK train, at least. I think there is a photo of it built up literally like that. Very nice. We can leave in about 20 seconds. So sleepers have got it on now. It's just the ballast. Just waiting on the ballast. As always. Let's get a couple of screenshots whilst we're here. Because why not? And close the doors. Excellent. Let's go. Next stop, Strood. Green signal all the way. And of course, the lovely LED pattern on them. Which is nice. I can't see my speed now, it's kind of terrifying. But you've got the nice LED pattern. We'll see if we can watch it change to red. There it goes. I think there's even a slight click of it changing. I don't know if that was a signal or just my train making a noise at the same time, but that's almost kind of cool. Built up on the bridge. God, look at the snow on the bricks. Love that. That's the noise that trains really make across this bridge. Really loud. You can hear it from over a mile away. Slow down. Should be doing 20. Still no trainbow. It's being elusive. Try and keep the speed coming down. It's 20 at the moment. There's a 15, I think, at the bottom of this very steep downhill into Strood. I don't quite know where the 15 is. I think the 15 sort of comes in about here. There doesn't seem to be a board for it. Someone's probably nicked it. Wouldn't be surprised. Welcome to Strood. Here we are. Where I think it tells you to stop in the wrong place, so I'm going to stop in the right place and see if it clears the instruction anyway. Well, almost the right place. We'd stop around about here. Does that clear the instruction? It does. Good. Open the doors. Welcome to Strood. So yeah, the trains stop about here. I think it tells you to stop at the end, which is not what they do. So I stopped it here. Can we not get in the way, please? I'm trying to take a screenshot. You know, a screenshot. Heard of screenshots? Yeah. Want me some screenshot action? Oh dear. Come on, people. There's going to be an endless array of people, isn't there? It's just non-stop people. People everywhere. Alright, let's get a screenshot now before they... I don't know where he's off to. Where are you off to, sir? Trains don't stop that far up, usually. Not these ones, anyway. And if you wait for the Medway Valley line... Well, it closes in this sort of bad weather, so good luck with that. We can probably leave in a minute. I just want to take screenshots. Anyway, how are we doing? Wait until... Oh, we've got ages yet. We've got ages! I don't have to leave until 11:33. We've got 30 seconds here still. Alright, let's have a look around then. Announcements.
And on all train services, this includes e-cigarettes.
Excellent, thanks for the advice. Signal snow. Snowy signals. Still waiting on that ballast. Anyway, let's shut the doors. Hot off. Speed up. Now this is a sneaky. This is sneaky because we go downhill. It doesn't look like we're going downhill, but we'll start going downhill. So I'm power off. And we're going downhill into the tunnel. So that's all good fun. Next stop, Gravesend. I'll keep the speed under control. So there's a 70 limit. And in reality, I think there's signs in here that tell you how far into the tunnel you are. It's for turning around purposes, but I don't think we have those. So, knowing where to start accelerating, it's anyone's guess. Stop it from speeding for now. So a 6-car train. So just crawl in for a little while. Crawl in. Crawl in. That'll do. Off we go. At least it's not like TS1 where it takes points away from you that you've earned if you speed. You just earn less. Which is, I kind of prefer. Not that I have the scoring turned on in the slightest. I mean, in terms of the HUD at least, you can turn the scoring on the HUD off, and I've got it off. Because I just like to drive trains. So yeah, next stop is Gravesend. In a few minutes. Takes just under 10 minutes to get from Strood to Gravesend. That's what it feels like anyway. That's what it feels like. It's probably a bit less than that. But we do only have a limit of 70. That's still sorting out. There will be a patch for this route. I don't know when the patch will be. Who knows? But I will do content before and after the patch because I want to drive it right now, but also want to see what changes. And there's also modding. You know, people are modding all these sorts of routes. They mod the German routes all the time. It's good fun. I kind of want to delve into the world of TSW mods. The only thing that really sort of puts me off the idea is if console players watch a video and be like, how'd you do that? It's like, it's a PC only mod. They'd be like, ah. So let me know, should I delve in to TSW mods at some point? Like root mods, like be it tweaks to textures or anything like that. Do let me know. Because the couple of things I do already do is if you sort of like the engine.ini tweaks, I do a couple of those just to tweak the lighting a bit and the draw distance because my PC can do it. But other than that, I try to keep things as normal as possible. There's Higham. Wipers back on. You can see the ballast is starting to change now. Sort of burst out into this winter wonderland. Which is very nice. So we've got a 50 limit in a short while, then 30, and then Gravesend. That much I do know. And then, onto Highspeed 1. Which very much speaks for itself, because we'll have TVM turned on. Whistleboard. I wonder if my reskin will appear, because if you didn't hear, East Coastway livery designer compatibility. One issued the 377, but the 66 is perfectly reskinnable. So I wonder if it's appeared. It's kind of work in progress still, but hey, there it is. Yes, this is a reskin I've made in the livery designer. So we go racing past it. Thought I'd make a bit of GBRF for Who Junction. It's work in progress, no numbers or logos or anything like that, but that just goes to show what is possible with the livery designer. Anyway, let's keep going. So that will appear now every time we go past it, probably, because there was not a single EWS one there, which is the actual East Coastway livery. But yeah, I love designing liveries. I really do. Just trundling along the marshlands right now. It's good fun. Gravesend is not far away. Imagine the remnants of the canal are probably frozen as all hell right now. So yeah, 50 limit is... I think we get a warning for it as we start turning round the corner. Just before. I'm going to do 68. Let's put a bit of extra power in. Get up to 70 again for a short while. That's it. I'm not really getting 270 at the moment, but oh well. That's fine. There's the 50 warning. So power off. We'll start braking. Right here is probably a good place as any. Just doing a bit of gentle braking. I'm not going mad. You see how much the route has changed since the beginning, though, can't you? There's our 50. 50's right behind a bush, can barely see it. Excellent, but it's warning us of a 30 as well. Which is a bit closer to Gravesend itself. No snow under the bridges. Keep bringing the speed down slowly. Because once weather starts getting this bad, trains would start driving a lot slower, a lot more carefully. So they don't slide about all over the place and get themselves into trouble. So, coming in slow at this point with this weather, not got a problem with that. There's our 30 board anyway. And this is Gravesend. Passengers with tickets marked non-high-speed 1 should alight here and change for a train to Charing Cross, Victoria or Blackfriars. Tickets that are valid on high-speed 1 can stay on for the journey towards Ebbsfleet, Stratford and St Pancras. Here we are. Stop right up the end. And we'll see how good the timetable is. Whilst we're sat here, a train should go past us on the other line, heading towards Raynham. We shall see. For all we know, it's probably cancelled, given this weather. Right, so have a look around. So we're just sort of wedged in, because that's what this is like. Snow's properly building up now. Oh, no, there it is. Excellent. As if on cue. As if on cue. You're supposed to be here. That's excellent. You're on time. I always know, because if I'm going to London and I'm sat in here, you just hear a 700 go past. And it's like, I can't see it because of the concrete wall. But there it is. Obviously, it's not a 700, but it's good enough. It's good enough. There he goes. Fully snowed up. And we're snowed up as well now. Look at that. Can't even see the little yellow warnings anymore. Right, when can we leave? Now. That's good timing. Right. Let's go. 30 limit. I think it then goes up to 70, but we won't make 70 before the 60 that takes us into Ebbsfleet International. For a bit of snowy high-speed 1 action. Oh yeah, it should be good fun. Right. Just approaching 30, there's the 70 board, so we can keep accelerating shortly. Slightly going downhill. It's quite nice, this. Well, that's the difficult bit done. That is the difficult bit done. Apart from missing, like, crawling into Sittingbourne and missing a 60 boards by about 5 miles an hour. That wasn't too bad. We did alright. The next bit, the rest of this is easy now. It's just listening to TVM and stopping in the right places, which shouldn't be too tricky. Shouldn't be too tricky at all. Let's get ourselves up to speed, and then stop again, and then we've got to change power modes. But no, that's challenge complete, essentially. The rest of this is just sort of like bonus play, taking it into London, because who wouldn't want to take a 395 into London? I'm going to coast at 60. That's it. Because we're about to turn off anyway. Just after this signal. So I don't see much point in trying to get much beyond it. Because we just have to slow down again anyway. Alright. Leaving the classic lines. Right about now, over we go. That's it. And start bringing the speed down for Ebbsfleet International. So 395. Any sort of trainbow time? Of course not. Of course not. I will hunt it down. Next video, which I've already got an idea of what it's going to be, I'll make sure it's the trainbow. That I will. Even if it means reloading the same thing over and over again until I get a different result. Some might call it insanity, but I call it wanting to find the trainbow. I will do the trainbow next because I want to drive it. I want to drive the trainbow. That I do. That I do. But here we are at Ebbsfleet International. Stop. Excellent. Right. Doors. Neutral. CTRL. That's it. Pan up, shoes down. And pan up, shoes down once more. We are in HS1 mode. Pantograph should be up. I imagine it's probably the rear one. Yep, rear pantograph is up and deployed, ready to take us on Highspeed 1. Oh, that's a fence. I don't want to take a screenshot through the fence. I want to... something like... yeah, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Just like taking the pretty pictures every now and then. When can we leave here? 11:46. Running late. This is no. This is not okay. Oh well. I say that. Doors are on this side. Wouldn't want to try and lock those ones. Wouldn't get me very far, would it? No, it wouldn't. Right. This gets easy now. We depart. And TVM kicks into life. Any second now. There it goes. 1:30. We just got to do what TVM says now. And it'll take us into London pretty sharpish. Which is all good. Which is all good. Snowy Highspeed 1. Just amazing how the route's completely changed. That's it. Straight up to 1:30. No cruise control on this. You gotta manually drive it. Which I think is kind of cool. Right. Wipers off. It's about to go into a tunnel. That's it. I should get the 225. There it is. Go. Get us up to speed. It'll take us a little while to accelerate once we're out the tunnel. Try and get some external shots if we can. Just have a look around. The wintry landscape. No, this has been rather successful so far. I don't want to jump the gun too much. I don't want to throw my hands in the air in celebration or fall off the bike sort of thing. Just about to finish. I want to, but I've got through the difficult bit. Now I've just got to make sure I stop at the right place and don't go through the buffers, because I've done that before. Not in TSW, but I've done that before. I don't fancy doing that. No, I do not. Clear that. Boom. Winter Wonderland. Isn't that lovely? Dartford Crossing. Try and get some screenshots along the way. Might not be the easiest thing to do. Also got to make sure I don't start speeding. Got some time yet. Let's get the wipers back on. It's only a light flurry, but it's enough that it'll eventually cover the windscreen up if we're not careful. There's our 200, which is 125 miles an hour, thereabouts. Clear that. That's the Vigilance Device, by the way. If you've not heard of the Vigilance Device before, essentially reminds the driver that to stay alive. You know, it's not exactly what it means. It's just stupid wording. But yeah, it sounds an alarm every 60 seconds after the controls have last been touched, or then just periodically after that point, just to make sure the driver is still alert and with it and all that jazz, because that's important. Look at this. Proper winter wonderland now. That's what I'm talking about. Don't want to start speeding, but we're not speeding. That's good. That's good. Won't be too much longer, and we'll be diving into the next tunnel. Tunnel 2. 305. Any trainbow? Didn't I saw 10th anniversary logos. I didn't see trainbow. The elusiveness. The 1 in 29 chance of it being on any single unit. Because sometimes it won't even be in your session. If it doesn't spawn on any of the existing trains, it just won't be there. You have to wait till another train comes in for a portal from somewhere else. So yeah, it's one of those things. But I will track it down. We will drive the trainbow. And then probably drive a 375. That's the plan. That's the plan. Speeding. That was downhill. You do get a little bit of tolerance with TVM anyway. You can go a bit faster than it says before it slams the brakes on. I think it's like 10 or 15% tolerance on the speed. Something like that. I can't quite recall. But you can go a little bit faster than it says before it goes time to slow down. Right. Power off. Because we're going downhill. Wipers off. And into the tunnel we go. Brake a little bit because we're going downhill. That's it. Let's coast for a minute. Now we've just got to wait until TVM tells us to start slowing down. Whenever that might possibly be. On the approach to Stratford, of course. And then it's stopping at the 6-car marker. If we can. If we can. Power off. I do love the experience of the High-Speed 1 tunnels. In real life. Mostly. They're cool to drive in game as well, but just in being in the passenger sort of perspective, you just get that rush of the wind of the as you go into the tunnel. It's a bit different in here. The wind isn't being compressed either side of you so much because it's a streamlined cab. It's when you're in the passenger view when the wind goes against the side. That's when you really hear it. But the bore is big enough that you don't get ear popping, which is good. If you do conventional high-speed rail, well, I'd say high-speed, 125 miles an hour, on say like the East Coast Main Line, you go through a normal-sized tunnel, your ears go pop. But on this, it doesn't. The trains are pressure sealed, and the tunnel's got a wide enough bore that it doesn't cause too many pressure problems. Which is good, which is good. Anyway, you know it's got a 225 flashing. Now down to 200. So down to 200 we shall go. That's it. And the next one. So let's go down even further. I think they're called repairs. I didn't know that remember the name of them last time. The little markers where you got the TVM markers. I think they're called repairs. Because this is all French signalling, French systems. TVM stands for Transmission Voie Machine. And it does. So yeah, it's all French. So repair. Whatever is French, whatever that means in French, that's what that is. That sums it up quite nicely. Down to 100. We should burst out in a minute into the concrete box. That we should. We're definitely climbing. Alright, we can maintain 100. Light at the end of the tunnel. Snow at the end of the tunnel. they're probably less so under here. I don't know how much snow we're going to see. We're going to see some. Would have come through the rafts. Keep the speed coming down. Yeah, there's snow around here, which is cool. Welcome to Stratford International. Wind whistling away. I do love this station. It's a fantastic place to spot Eurostars because they just go straight down the middle. Where's our 6-car marker? I'm going to easily meet it. I'm going slow enough. I can see it. Need to master the art of picking when to start braking and keeping the same braking to bring us to the stop at the right point. I'm still by no means an expert driver. But it's good. I'm good enough for my own standards for now. How are we doing time-wise? More or less on time. More or less. Not perfect, but I'm doing the best I can. Get some screenshots whilst we're here. Trying to get one where a cloud isn't covering up the front of the train, but you can only get what you can get, can't you, really? In this sort of weather. But trains and snow is such a beautiful aesthetic. They go well, like, so well together. They really do. Oh, we're looking. Expected 11:58. Ah, a minute late. That's fine. Trains on the other side. 12:21 to Margate. Cool. Anyway. How are we doing? Doors this side. Remember that. Right. Let's depart our last station of the day. Still no point in turning the wipers on. Wind whistling like mad. Next stop is St Pancras International, where this train terminates. That it does. Everything's all snowy. Love it. Really hoping snow starts to lay here in the southeast. And it is in lots of places, but not everywhere. There's our 225, which we won't get too much out of, because much like when going in the other direction, as soon as you get up to speed, you've got to slow down, because there's a station. And not only a station, a 90-degree turn into that station. But no, this is a route that I'm going to drive a lot in my spare time. It definitely is. I'm going to do videos on it on a fairly regular basis for the time being. Fairly regular. I'm sure you'll all get bored of it at some point. We're constantly doing videos on it, but it is what it is. I try and spice things up with different content, but I just like driving this. Alright. You know, this TVM's bringing us down, but because we're not at those speeds yet, I don't have to worry about it. It's only at the next marker am I going to have to start braking. Probably. So I'm going to take the power off. Oh no, we can hold 200. Alright, we'll hold 200 then. If we can get up to 200. I think we're climbing already, so we might not even get up much more speed. But we'll have to slow down again. There we go, there's our 160. Now, everything out of St Pancras is bi-directional, so which way is it going to take us into the platform? That is... that is always the question. That is always the question. Brings down to 100. And then the last speed limits into the station are not TVM governed. Just kind of just got to know where they are. Thankfully, I've got a rough idea of where they are. Right, so there's 100. Probably tell us to go down to 80 next. Yep. Down to 80 we go. Nice and easy. Come on. Perfect. Hold 80. Test magnet. Although that test magnet's for the North London line, because there is a connection to the North London line, but it's just there as a thing. Right. Crawling out the tunnel. Start bringing the speed down a little bit. There's a 60 limit at this signal, I think. So we'll do 60. Dum dum. We will shortly be arriving at St Pancras International, where our journey ends. Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you when leaving the train. Change here for East Midland services, and international services, and London Underground, and Thameslink, and all the other lovely stuff. Walk down the road, one way for King's Cross, other way for Euston. There's the 40 limit. You're getting kilometres an hour, and you notice the boards are actually white on black instead of black on white, because they're in kilometres, not miles, which is a nice little touch. Let's just clear that wiper off. That's it. Platform 13. Platform 13. Welcome to St Pancras International, where we started in the last video. Keep on bringing the speed down. There are quite some strict rules in terms of coming in here on us, coming into here with speed limits. So I'm trying to adhere to that as best I can. I think it's usually governed by KVV, but I don't have that turned on. Down to 10. That's it. Keep on crawling in. Try and line up with this guy. That's probably the train to Margate. It is. The one that we saw on the board at Stratford. Right, doors open. We've made it. Tail lights. Excellent. Full brakes. Turn that headlight off, because we have made it to St Pancras International. Everyone get off. Can go and do their stuff that they can. But that has been our journey for today. That it has. I don't know if there's any much more unsetting up we need to do. No, I think what we can do, I'm going to throw it into off. And I'm going to get out. We're going to walk around our train. And that will be us for today. I'm sure the snow will melt at some point. I'll get the snow and ice treatment trains out, try and sort the line out a bit. But we made it nonetheless. That we did. Beautiful 395s. Next video, we will find the train bow. And we will do glorious things with the train bow, let me assure you. But that is for next time. So thank you very much for watching this one, and I will see you in the next video.